Hey, I'm Lucas, I work at Switchback Longboards, and you're watching RideVictoria.
Have you ever asked yourself what you're gonna do? You know, what you're gonna do when they come for you? It would appear that these people didn't either. It's quite the machine. Dugga 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 dugga. Well, like an idiot, I had my microphone off for the first part of this, and I just realized I've got a Suburban full of cops behind me, and they're all heavily armed. So I'm feeling a lot of pressure to obey the speed limit, like, to the letter. I almost want to just pull over and say, no, just, you go by, I'll wait. So, to recap, because the sound wasn't on, because I'm an idiot! Ruben called me up, said, hey, how'd you like some footage of the RCMP ERT? Speaking of which, that's them driving by right now. Bye-bye. There's about 5 or 6 of them in there heading off after a hard day of busting. I'm not going to tell you what they were doing. I'm going to tell the story first. Okay, so he says, hey, why don't you come over here? The ERT is like next door, like 2 doors over. There's cops everywhere. They're heavily armed. I said, I'll be right there. I jump on my bike, whip over there. Sure enough, cops everywhere. Talk to my friend Ruben, and like, these guys still have their headgear on. Like, they got the little, Bravo 5, yeah, here, sure, you know. Actually, there's 5 of them in there, and they're all packing like AR-15s or M4s or whatever the RCMP use. Stuff that I can't. And now I'm sandwiched between RCMP. Oh, I got a whole friggin' caravan of them. On my left, I kid you not, I've got another Suburban creeping up, and then I've got a marked Suburban. And so I go over. Hello officers. Man, I'm hitting every light too. This is getting to be, I'm starting to feel self-conscious. They're gonna get me for something. Back to the story. So I go over there. And sure enough, cops everywhere. And turns out that in Colwood today, bank was robbed. Bank robbery. So, coincidence that all these police officers with some top-end firearms and equipment were at the residence? Go ahead, get in there, I know you want to. And yeah, sure enough, that's what they were there for. So they arrested a couple people, and took them away, and then they basically sat around for quite some time waiting for a search warrant. And here would be a marked one. And so yeah, after, must have been, I think they showed up at 5 o'clock. In fact, well, they actually showed up before 5 o'clock because previous to them showing up, a guy comes to the door. Ruben's not there. Ruben's wife is there with all the daycare kids. And this guy shows up and he has like camouflage shorts, kind of looking very casual, baseball cap. And he knocks on the door, and he quickly flashes his badge to them and says, "I'm with the police. I just need to look in your backyard. We want to put a bait car back there. You know, the kind that people steal." And so she's like, all right. So off he goes, jumps over the neighbor's fence, and he's looking around. And so she calls Ruben. Ruben says, "Call the police, because this doesn't sound like something a cop would do." And so they call the police, and the police are like, yeah, that's don't worry, that's one of our guys. So this is before anything's really happening. They don't even know what's going on. So 5 o'clock rolls around, and we're gonna have a caravan here of police officers. There's 1, 2. Here comes the big dog right here. Dur, 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 dur. Wonder what that thing gets for miles to the gallon, eh? And Bottom Line Plumbing, that's their undercover unit. So 5 o'clock comes, and I think I've got one behind me still. Great. So they hear all this yelling, and she looks outside, and there's police everywhere, and they're telling these guys, "Come on out, we know you're in there, you're under arrest for bank robbery."
For your own safety, come out now. This is your last chance. The police emergency response team will be coming into the residence. Come out with your hands in the air. This is your last chance.
And I guess one of the guys is a guy and a woman. He says, "Oh, I don't think you have a search warrant." And, you know, police respond well to that sort of comment. But he eventually came out, and they arrested him and took him away, and then they sat around until I got there. And they waited till I got there, of course, because they wanted it to be on my motovlog. So unfortunately, there's no sound. But maybe when I get home and I look at it, I'll just decide to like cut all that sort of footage with no sound into my conversation that I'm having with you. Not airsoft. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. Point being, they caught some bad guys today. Well, alleged bad guys. I don't want to paint them with the wrong brush. Well, hey, I just want to say I sure appreciate you coming along at such short notice, because I wasn't planning on taking you out. But I appreciate you coming along. It was really nice of you. So I'll let you go now, let you get back to your evening, and I'll talk to you later. Maybe in a couple days. That would be swell. I wonder if this person realizes that I'm talking. I don't think so. I'm not sure how far my voice projects. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I don't think she can hear me. That's good. That way I can carry on with my conversation and not seem crazy. Unless she can hear me, but she's ignoring me. That is a very real possibility, because when I hear people talking to themselves, I do not make eye contact with them. In fact, I try to move away from them. But that's just me. I've noticed that in the past that people that talk to themselves, if you're around them long enough, something happens that you don't want to be a part of. Whoa, what was that? Someone doing a burnout behind me? Okay, I've wasted enough of your time chit-chatting. I will talk to you later. I appreciate you coming along, and have a good night. And thanks for riding with me. Even if it was short notice, I really appreciate it. Because I don't like going to these things alone. I'm telling you, sometimes you need somebody there with you to feel a little braver about what you're about to do. But even though this wasn't that, you know, but you know what I mean.